We'd like to welcome each one of you out this morning. I'm real happy to see this good number out, and especially the citizens. It shows that you're interested in this project, and I know there are a lot more people than is even here that's interested, but I'm sure happy that each one of you could come out this morning. We'll try to make this program as brief as possible so you won't have to stay out in this hot sun too long. We do have some people with us today that we want to introduce to you, that I'm happy that they're here. And especially the first one I'll introduce to you will be Mr. Tom Moreland, who is a Commissioner of Department of Transportation. This man, we've had the privilege of working with him for a number of years, and I'd say they couldn't have made any finer selection when they got this man to head up our Highway Department. So I'd like to ask him to come to say a few remarks to us.
Thank you, Marion. Distinguished state and local officials and ladies and gentlemen. Being commissioner, I have some new duties that I enjoy and some I don't enjoy. This is certainly one that I enjoy immensely. I've been acquainted with this project for a long time, and I'm really glad to see it being opened and brought to use. We talk a lot in the department now with our failing revenues about finding the right project for the right need at the right time, I might say, and I believe this is an example of doing exactly that, getting the right project for the right need. This project is really a part of a safety program in the department, and I'm happy to report to you that our safety program is providing some results that we can see. We have been earmarking about $20 million each year for safety-oriented projects of this type. Just some statistics I think would be interesting. In 1973, there were 1,925 fatalities in Georgia in highway-related accidents. In 1974, that dropped to 1,584, or a 20% reduction. In 75 so far, at this stage of the game in 1974, through Labor Day, we had experienced 1,021 fatalities, and thus far this year, 921, or 100 or 10% reduction. So we see a 30% reduction, really, compared to 2 years ago in 1973. One of the areas that we're giving a lot of emphasis to is correction of at-grade dangerous crossings of highways and railroads. We're not able to build too many overpasses like this, although we are able to build some. But we're able to signalize and put up gates, lights, and bells. And by the way, we now use the gate anytime we put up the lights and bells at a great number of crossings. We installed about 150 such protections in the state during fiscal 75. As a matter of fact, Georgia and Florida did 40% of all the crossing protections done in the whole country. So I'm pleased to participate in this most important project, and I congratulate the community for it, for achieving this wonderful facility. And since we'll be able to close this dangerous crossing down the railroad here, that we want this community will never have to face a tragic day such as it did on November the 8th, 1970. Thank you for making me a part of this day.
Thank you, Tom, for being with us today. I know you have a busy schedule, so we're glad to have you. You can see what the Highway Department is doing. They are cooperating with the counties and the cities to help with these dangerous crossings. We don't know how many lives this bridge will save, but we do know how many it would have saved if we'd had it in previous years, which you remember several tragedies we've had here at this bridge. The next man I'd like to introduce to you is Mr. Lewis Canuck, who is the district engineer and did a lot of work on this project, and we'd like to have him say a few remarks to it.
Thank you, Marion. Chairman Atkinson, Commissioner Moreland, elected officials, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's a real pleasure for me to take part in this ceremony today. You know, we're proud to be a part of this type of improvement. I need to express our appreciation on behalf of the department to the county commission, You know, we did acquire the right-of-way as a joint venture, Department of Transportation and the highway and the Gwinnett County. I'd like to say just a few words about the project. The project is ahead of schedule, and it consists of 3.8 miles of roadway. This includes what you see here, and of course, S-2230 over here, plus the bridge. And the total cost of the project is $2.6 million. The work started on the project in March of 1974, and the probable date of completion was February the 12th, 1976. We think the project will be completed this fall. And I want to congratulate and thank and commend the contractor for his efforts to get this project open as soon as possible, so we could eliminate future accidents at the crossing just at our back here. So with that, I'd like to introduce some of our folks that had a part in this project. And the contractor is, of course, Southeastern Highway Contracting Company and W.G. Lothridge Contracting Company, a joint venture. I believe Roger Brown's here this morning. Roger, hold up your hand. The bridge contractor, by subcontractor, is E.R. Snell of Snellville, Georgia. And I believe I see Mr. Briscoe and Mr. Snell here. Would you hold your hand up? We have some of our folks also with the Department of Transportation. I have W.C. Gregory. I know him as Clarence. He is our construction engineer in charge of bridges. Clarence. The resident engineer, Sam McClure. And then we have some fellows that actually worked on the job, the key turners on the job out here to make the job go. And that's Charles Heyman, who is a project engineer over the entire project. And Gene Doster and Rod Smith were in charge of bridge construction. And I personally would like to express my appreciation to you for a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you a lot, Mr. Knupp. Always when you have a gathering like this, there's some people here that you'd like to recognize, and I'm always hesitant doing it because I'm afraid I might miss someone. But there are just a few names I'd like to call, and if I miss someone, why, please excuse me. We do have some officials here from the city of Sugar Hill with the mayor and the council. Would you raise your hand, please? We have a former mayor here, but he's been a little sick, but he was out here this morning. He was been interested for a number of years. It's Mr. Kemp. Would you raise your hand, please? We have some city officials from the city of Beaufort. Would you raise your hand, please? Glad to have you. Glad to have you with us, and all the elected officials from the county and the other departments, especially you citizens that's out here today. We appreciate it very much. I have another man that's worked with me real close over the number of years and whom I have great respect for. Is our own Senator Steve Reynolds, who is chairman of the Senate Transportation Committee, and I'd like him to say a few remarks at this time.
Thank you very much, Marion. And good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here for the dedication of this bridge. It's a great occasion for us, every one of us in our county. This shows what can be done with everyone pulling together. This project will save many lives and many losses. There are many heartaches and many sorrows connected with this old crossing down here, but thank goodness that day is over. This is real growth, real concrete growth for our #1 growing county, Gwinnett. I am happy to have had a small part in this project, of securing this project, and I want to thank the Highway Department and all the officials, that is, all the officials of the Highway Department, county commissioners, and the people. Don't forget the people own the government, and you furnish the money. So I want to thank everyone for this project here. It's a great occasion. And in the introductions, we missed a couple of people. I want to ask Mr. Archie Burnham, head of Highway Traffic Safety of the Highway Department, to hold up his hand. And we have And we also have with Mr. Craig Brack. I believe we have him here. Would you hold up your hand, Mr. Brack? Thank you very much. Again, I want to state it's a great occasion, and it's wonderful for our #1. I want to emphasize that, our #1 growing county, Gwinnett. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. We also wanted to recognize we have the press with us today. I know we have the Gwinnett Daily News and I believe the Atlanta Journal and WDYX Radio. Do we have someone else with us today? Well, thank you for coming. The next man I want to introduce is a man I've been privileged to work with for almost 3 years now, and who's given me great cooperation on this project and all the other projects that I've tried to complete. And it makes me real happy to introduce and have him with us today, Mr. Bill Axson, Chairman of our County Commissioners.
Thank you very much, Mayor. It looks like I'm going to have to get a block to stand on. He's trying to hide me over here. But I'll only be brief. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is a privilege to have you to come out to this ceremony. But an individual that really should be praised for pursuing this matter is your own District Commissioner, Marion Bice. When I took office, one of the first things he asked me about was that we got a project that we really need to push. We need the cooperation of everyone, and I want to see completed. And Marion, to you, I think this is probably a dream come true. I know it is to the rest of us, and I think you should be recognized for your outstanding work in pursuing this project, and we all appreciate it. I am happy that this project could be completed during this administration. I feel that it is one that is very much needed and should have received top priority. We want to thank the Highway Department, Senator Reynolds, and others who have worked so closely with us in seeing that it was completed on schedule. We want to again thank you very much for coming out, and I appreciate the privilege of appearing on the program, Mary. Thank you.
Senator Reynolds would like to make one more statement, please.
And I'll be very, very brief. I just wanted to emphasize what was said here about our new Highway Commissioner, Mr. Tom Mullen. You met him here a minute ago. He made some remarks to you, brief remarks. We appreciate it. And I want you to know this is the first time that we have had a professional man who really knows the ins and outs of every phase of the Highway Department, construction, financing, and all, as head of our Highway Department. And I think the governor made the best choice he could possibly make in the state of Georgia, and I just wanted to emphasize that fact.
Thank you, Steve. Those words well spoken. We're about to wind this dedication up, and have I missed anything? Anyone would like to make some remarks? I see the Kiwanis Club and Chamber of Commerce. Some of the other people are here today, and like I say, I'm sure I missed someone, but we're happy to have every one of you, especially the citizens from this area, being with us today. We'd like to ask Mr. Tom Moreland, Mr. Lewis Knupp, Senator Steve Reynolds, and Bill Axson, myself, we'll get some scissors, and we're going to cut this ribbon. Then we're going to get into this nice automobile furnished by Larry Bailey here. We'll ride down across the bridge, at the end of the bridge, then we'll circle around and come back on this side, and that will complete our program. We thank you again for being here. We'd like for you to stay with us until this is completed. It'll just be just a few more minutes. We'd appreciate it.
Thank